morning. Ukrainian Crisis Media Center starts its work. Our first press briefing is devoted to announcement of a commemoration event in honor of Ukrainian soldiers fallen in the Battle of Kruty. We have Sergiy Triskach, Kostyantyn Vynnychenko. Good morning. I would like to welcome you. I also would like to mention that the history repeats itself. Let's think about events which happened 100 years ago when Ukraine was struggling for its independence. At that time, the Bolshevik Russia, under leadership of Lenin and Trotsky, did not wish to allow Ukraine to become independent. That's why in February 1918, the Bolshevik Russia sent 30,000 army to Ukraine to occupy Ukraine and annex it to Russia. And only some small part of conscientious nationalists understood what was happening, what was going, and they decisively fought for independent Ukraine. We clearly see the parallel with 2013 when the students who also wished to make Ukraine truly independent, they went to Maidan and to stand for the European values. 100 years ago, Ukraine was alone. And while today we feel support of the entire world. 100 years ago, students of the St. Vladimir University in Kiev wish to protect independence of Ukraine. That's why they formed the company of independent Cossacks, how they call themselves, and for 3 days that 400 students without any military experience fought to death to protect Ukraine from Bolshevik Russia. If you try to make comparisons between the past and today, we clearly see that today we are losing in the information war. 100 years ago, Ukraine also lost in the information war. At that time, Ukrainian National Republic had 3,000 army, and unfortunately, at that time, the special people delegated by Bolsheviks, they stirred up and undermined the public opinion among peasants and soldiers and workers, promised that Bolsheviks would give them, would create for them heaven and earth, and having learned this lesson, we should remember that there were heroes at that time who stood for Ukrainian independence. That's why we should bring the entire society and consolidate it around the idea of national independence. On January 29th, 2016, Ukrainian Association of the 80 or so of disabled NTO soldiers and Foundation Unity of Brothers, Association of Participants in Military Operations, will hold an event in the Ivan Hanchar Museum to commemorate those events which happened almost 100 years ago. We would like to make the parallels which my colleague just described, and to commemorate the lessons that were learned from our history. We had invited our defenders, Ukrainian defenders from Ilovaisk, from the Baltsevo, from Donetsk airport, the most famous and terrible hotspots of this last war for independence in Ukraine. During our event, we would like to rethink the lessons. For example, the way of thinking about high command when they expected that General Muravyov would undertake the offense from on Kiev while they did not pay enough attention to Kruty village, where the main offense of the Bolshevik army happened, and all those members of the student team, almost all of them died, were killed. In result of the Bolshevik occupation, many people from Leningrad, from Moscow arrived, and it looked like the city would remain in peace, and but unfortunately the peaceful time actually never came to this land. And having learned this lesson of our history, we now understand that we have to contribute a lot of effort to ensure sustainable peace in our country. And also, we should commemorate the memory of those who became volunteers, who voluntarily defended the country in the East, and those who remained in the rear, thinking about the state building of the country. They should unite their efforts and work together systemically with the idea of building up the new state, which will be economically strong and politically strong. And that's why we invite all those who are interested in social life, students, teachers, the servicemen, broad public, to participate in our event on January 29th. We will have representatives of the National Institute of Institute of National Memory. There will be the concert of Ukrainian artists, and On January 29th, we also will lay flowers on Askold's grave in Kiev. Thus, we invite all the patriots and public figures to participate in this event and to use this opportunity to discuss the lessons of our past for the sake of the future. Ivan Hanchar Museum is located at the address Lavska Street, building number 19. I would request you to give your phone number in case of any references, and about the concert, about those artists whom you invited. We have our official website on Facebook, which is called Вечір вшанування пам'яті загиблих під Крутами in Ukrainian. And there you can find all the contact details as well as the telephones of managers who might answer all the questions of those who are interested. As for performers, we invited Ruslana Lotsman, Larisa Nedashkevska, Buття Band, Navrutsky Sisters, that is, we invite everybody on the January 29th at 5 p.m. to Ivan Gonchar Museum. Also, our association, Ukrainian Association of Disabled ATO Soldiers, also has all the contact details about this event on its website, so you also may visit it. Thank you, Kostyantyn. Thank you, Sergiy. With this, our press conference is over. Thank you for your participation.